What's up, guys? I'm back here to talk to you guys today about my 14.5 BCM rifle. So I was kind of debating how I wanted to go about this, whether I was going to talk about the rifle itself or this particular setup, or really how I was going to go about it. And I think kind of the biggest thing that I want to highlight is really just the upper itself, this BCM Midlength gas 14.5 upper. So as you guys kind of saw from the intro, it's been through multiple different configurations. I initially kind of built this rifle back in, it was late 2014 or early 2015, I can't really remember. But that's when I initially built this rifle out. And I bought the upper as a complete upper from BCM with a Daniel Defense Lite 12 rail. And I have ran the shit out of it for the last 5-6 years in multiple different configurations. Kind of the first one being kind of that Block 2 look, where I had that Alcan Spectre on there. Great optic. I think it's a little dated, but I mean, definitely cool. Kind of once I did the Block 2 kind of fighting rifle deal, I decided to kind of go the recce route. But when I picked up the AR-10, it came with real cheap Chinese 1-6 on there, and so I didn't have any optics on my 14.5, and I was like, well, you know what, let's try out this 1-6 and see what the recce rifle's about. And honestly, even though it was a really cheap optic, it still did really well and kind of re-sparked my love for this setup. So did the recce route, super cool, really liked it. And then I kind of got this idea to do what I call a mini SPR scoped carbine. You know, kind of call it what you want. Very much inspired by, you know, Buck Doyle from Follow Through Consulting, to do a scoped carbine. And I'm very happy I did, because I absolutely love this setup. So I think scoped carbines are super cool. So kind of with that being said, I'll talk through how, I guess we'll call this mod 4 or mod 3 or 4 of how my BCM 14.5 has been set up. So we'll kind of start from the back this time. BCM or B5 system SOPMOD stock. Now moving forward, now I said that I built this rifle when I first put it together. So this lower is actually a Noveske chainsaw lower. The parts kit that I put inside there, I think it's just like your standard CMMG, or actually no, I think it's a Rock River Arms lower parts kit. And then I swapped the trigger out for a Geissele SSA E trigger. I absolutely love the Geissele. For those of you that haven't messed around with them, it's I'll actually do it from this side, but very light take up, very solid wall, and then super crisp break. All right, moving up. So like I said, this is a BCM Midlength 14.5 upper. That Midlength gas system is just awesome. Makes this thing super enjoyable, super easy to shoot. Barrels, just your BCM 14.5 barrel, standard 1-7 twist. I've used different match grade ammo, be it 69 or 72 or 77 grain stuff, and I'll see sub MOA accuracy out of that. But even just shooting, like I said in my market team video, I shoot mostly M193 because it's usually cheaper. And that means I can shoot more. So I usually use that, and even still, I see sub 2 MOA accuracy, typically between 1 and 1.5 MOA, which, again, some of that's probably me. Like, I think that this rifle's absolutely more accurate than I am. For the muzzle device, we have a Surefire SFMB 556. So one thing to note is this brake will keep your rifle absolutely flat, and it'll also probably deafen or give anyone around you a concussion. It is a violent muzzle brake. It's awesome to shoot. It is incredible to shoot, but it's not awesome to be around. So just kind of think about that. But it does host the Surefire SOCOM line of cans. So when I was waiting for the suppressor, this rifle actually kind of gave me the most pause, because obviously the Surefire SB, like I mentioned in the Mark 18 video, I got this in a trade. I was really worried about how the SB was going to perform on a 14.5 barrel, and I couldn't find a lot of information on the internet. So for anyone wondering or trying to figure out if an SB is going to work on something longer than 10 inches, it does. It works great. So buy with confidence. There you go. Back it up over here. So got a Vortex PST Gen 2 2.5 to 10 by 44 scope up top, standard mil radian reticle. It is sitting in a Larue LT 104 mount. Just forward of that and offset on a 45 is an Aimpoint Micro T2 sitting in a Larue LT 724 mount. I get a lot of questions because a lot of people will look and say, Josh, does your scope cap block your offset dot? And the answer is yes and no. Yes, when I roll over about the lower third of the window, I can't see, but I don't really mind, and it doesn't matter to me because I use the turret cap as a bit of a reference. So when I roll it and I see that the turret cap is flat, I can see just straight down the turret cap, I can immediately find my dot. I know that if I've overextended and I can see the back side of the turret cap, that, then I can't see my dot. But it's kind of hard to explain until you've actually gotten your hands on this setup. But friends and family will tell you it absolutely works. Yeah, guys, this thing's an absolute workhorse. Like I said, I've had this for 5-6 years. I couldn't even tell you how many rounds I've put through it. I would say very conservatively, probably in excess of 40,000 rounds. And that's being rather conservative, I think. But I think that the BCM 14.5 is it's just one of the best uppers that I've used in terms of you can actually do anything with it. So if you guys have questions about, any of the configurations I've had this in, or how I have it set up right now, just drop a comment. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks for the likes and the comments, the subscriptions. Thanks for showing this to your friends or your family. If you do, if you don't, whatever. But again, thanks guys. Really appreciate you stopping by, and see you next time.